is flowing and it's in an uptrend, it needs to continue to make higher highs and higher lows. The minute that the market fails to do something, what can we expect to happen?
There needs to be a retest of that area.
No, possibly a liquidity grab, right?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so as we stated, low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Okay. Okay, so what has happened with structure here? What needed to happen but did not happen? Because the last I checked, we had a higher high, higher low. And what has not what hasn't happened that should have happened?
To break that previous high.
It needed to break the previous high. It's failed to do so, right? So being as though it failed to break the previous high, what might I want to target? If I was going to take an opportunity here, what might I start to target? Because structure was not kept. I may want to start targeting sell-side liquidity, right? Would you guys want to target sell-side liquidity, being as though we failed to make a new high? If we failed to keep up with structure, the market is going to go for a liquidity grab, guys. So if the market did not go and take out that previous high, which is buy-side liquidity, what can we expect from the market? That it may want to target what?
Sell-side.
Sell-side liquidity. So as we look a little bit closer in this chart on the monthly, right? Number one, we failed to keep up with structure. We did not make a new high. Number two, we created a supply zone, and it may not look like that. Yes, it's consolidation, absolutely. But it's also the market creating supply. What do we do from supply zones?
Sell?
We sell. We want to sell from supply zones. So now, guys, if I don't know anything else, if I don't know how far the market is going to go, where can I at least target? If I'm targeting sell-side liquidity, where can I target?
Previous low?
Because we don't know if the market is going to take out this low. We don't really know that. But we do know that the market is going to target sell-side liquidity. So where can we target? What's a safe place that we could get in and out?
You want a price point too?
Yes.
So right there, above 0.80,000, that area.
Right here. Perfect. If we don't know nothing else, guys, we can target this low right here. Because we're coming for sell-side liquidity. This is a supply zone. This is the market saying, we're not going there. 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 We're not going there, right? The market has a stop sign up. You know when you talk to a baby and you say no, 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 right? This is the market telling us no. So if we buy when the market is showing us this, we're not listening. So if we want to target anything, we could target these lows. But what has been created here, guys, when we talk about swing highs and swing lows? Has a swing high been created right here? I mean, we're in between this swing high and this swing low, but the market has created this area of supply. If we measure this high to this low, right? If we think about 50% of that, would the market be going into discount if we go down to at least 50%? And right beneath these lows, what do we have? Right beneath those lows, what do we have there?
Unmitigated.
Imbalance and unmitigated. Someone was saying something. We have imbalance and also what?
Unmitigated imbalance.
Unmitigated imbalance, right? So this OB right here could be a nice target. But guys, for the sake of us being safe, we can simply target the low, because we have to understand as traders, it is not our job to capture every pip, to capture every point. We don't get points for that. Hey, you caught every single point that the market ever did on both sides of the market. No, the name of the game is to make some money, make enough of it, and walk away from the market. That's what we want to do. So guys, if we have a low that we know that we can target, to me, that is a high probable setup, because I know for sure that that low is going to be targeted. I'm good with that. Based on your lot size, based on your risk management, you calculate how much money you're going to gain from that. We don't have to try to figure out what the market is going to do. The market is going to go to this low, then it's going to make a right, then it's going to make a left, shoot up 3 points, come back down. We don't have to know all of that. That's not our job. The job is to figure out something just enough that we make what we need to make and we exit this market. That's it. When it's time to clock out of work, what is the first thing everybody does?
Leave.
When it's time, you don't stay around. You don't sit around and relax and stuff. You ready to go. In fact, before you even get off of work, you're looking at your clock, you're looking at your watch, time is moving slow. You can't wait to go. So the same thing with the market. You don't need to be in there longer than you have to. Because just like a job, right? The minute you stay at your job, after it's time to leave, you're giving back your time. And in the case of the market, you're giving back your money. I can guarantee you're going to give back your money every single time. Because this is how it happens, guys. It's like a domino effect. You make some money, you feel confident, you juiced up, you take another trade because you feel like it's going to go exactly the way that the previous trade just went. After you take that second trade, you may take a L. What do you do after you take a L? You want to go back in and you want to make the money back. Listen, I'm going to take this trade. All I want to do is get back what I came with. I don't want nothing extra. I take that back. I just want to go back to that $2,000 that I made. You take another L. Then a streak happens because now your confidence is kind of thrown off. You don't feel really good. You feel like you started to unlearn everything that you learned. You start doubting yourself. You start doubting the direction. Everything just kind of starts to come at you. And it's really not good for your confidence. So if you're having that issue where you're over trading, if you take one trade for the day, and that's only if you have a good setup. I'm not saying to go into the market and try to fish for a setup. If the setup is not clear to you, then you stay out of the market. Because guys, it's okay to not have anything to work with Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Friday may be the day where the market comes directly into the area where you knew it was going to come into and you take off. It's okay. Okay, guys, so like I said, a supply zone was created on the monthly, which direction may price target. We were talking about this low right here, just to be safe. Although there is imbalance right down here, it's cool, it's fine. We could take a trade from wherever to here. Now that we know the direction of the market, now that we know where the market wants to go, is this, let's look at this image here. Do you guys see a clear entry? Because we talked about where the market wants to go. We talked about take profit, but do we have an entry?
No, we don't. We need to go to a smaller time frame.
We need to go to a smaller time frame. We do not yet have an entry. One second. We do not yet have an entry. So with that being said, guys, we're gonna have to go into the chart and find an entry. Okay, so by the way, this pair is Euro GBP. So here's that monthly time frame, right? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna mark this up together. You guys kind of know where I'm going with this a little bit because of the diagram. Okay, so we have this high right up here. This is the last low before we went up. We failed to keep our structure. This is that monthly supply zone, right? So right at this moment, guys, we don't really know if it's an uptrend or a downtrend anymore. We're not going to say it's an uptrend and we're not going to say it's a downtrend. This is actually a really good strategy on how to still take an opportunity even in a ranging market, because right now the market looks like it's in between demand and supply, right? So what's going to happen is the market has to break from the upside or downside. Being as though the market did not go up for this high like it should have is letting me know that, okay, even though we didn't go up, I'm going to target this low. Simply put, right? I'm going to go ahead and put this right here, sell side liquidity. I may even make it blue, and I'll put something like take profit. Okay, so that's going to be my take profit. I'm not concerned with anything down here. Remember, this is the monthly. We still have, excuse me, we still have work to do. And this is just me giving myself a note, because sometimes when you get down to the smaller time frame, you forget what you're looking at, and that's easy to do if you're not writing everything down. Okay, high, market failed, structure. Okay, this is a high that the market was going to go to. We're not saying that it's not. It could very well go down to get some discount right here and then continue up. From there, if we get this area respected, then we may have an opportunity. But if we wanted something to work with sooner than later, this is how we're going to do that. So this is a take profit, this is a high, and this is a low. We're just going to put that in. This is the low. So guys, being as though the market is in a consolidated area, one or two things can happen. I like to always look at both possibilities. The market could come down to this area, which would give it some discount. And then it can continue a structure, creating a new high. And then after creating a new high, we just simply just roll with the flow, right? Or the market could very well go to our take profit, skip all of this and create a new low. At this point, if the market creates a new low, is it still an uptrend?
No.
No. So if we wanted to take an opportunity, guys, when will we take our opportunity? The market has to do what? If we wanted to continue to sell, it just created a new low. What should we wait for before we actually join the party?
Return to the breakage structure to retest.
Not really to break a structure, because we remember break of structure, imbalance, anything. Oh, I see what you mean, David. So yeah, it will return to the break of structure, right? But we don't really want to say that it's just gonna come here, right, to the break. It may come to some imbalance that's in here, right? But yes, guys, we always gonna come back to the break of structure. We don't know how far into the break of structure. It could be an OB, could be 50% of the OB, just could be the break of structure, right? So yeah, absolutely, it could come back to the break of structure. And then after that, since we now know what's happening, we created a new low, we come back and retest the break of structure, right? Remember, it could be an order block, but as long as it's above that break of structure, and then we join the party. So if price came, if there was an OB right here, let me just make a visual. If there's an OB right here, right? This is where we take our opportunity, simply put, because now we continue to keep up with structure and what's happening, right? So let me take this off. Let's go back into getting our entry. Remember, guys, we now have an opportunity. We're not going to just start selling, because remember, this is the monthly time frame. Price could retrace a whole lot, and we be really messed up. So let's go down to the weekly time frame. I don't know what's happening. Let me see if I can refresh this. Okay, so let's go to the weekly time frame. Okay, perfect. So if you did not see that this was a supply zone, maybe this is a little bit clearer. We have multiple confluences that this is a supply zone. We even have liquidity grabs before the market continues. Even here, the market broke this low right down here, came back up to the supply zone again. So we pretty much have a clear understanding that this is a supply zone, excuse me. So remember, guys, we can target this low right down here, but we need to have an entry. So let's take a look at this weekly time frame here. Do we see any areas that we can enter as far as liquidity? Is there anything much to work with on this weekly time frame? We do have some more lows that we could target for take profits. Do we see like a clear entry, some liquidity that was left behind, imbalance or anything like that on this weekly time frame?
No.
No. So if you don't see any what you're looking for on a one particular time frame, what should you do?
Drop down.
Drop down and go to another. Okay, guys. Okay. Now we're on the daily. Remember now, the weekly time frame gave us more take profits, right? This could be your final TP, TP3, TP2, TP1, right? We still have a lot to work with, but we don't want to get into this market
Boom, there it is.
without getting some type of retest. Now, guys, can we help me find a breaker structure?
Let's see. We get out of this accumulation zone. That's 1, 2, 3, the fourth low from the accumulation zone. So if we're moving from right to left, that right to the what? That's 1, 2, 3. That fourth low, yeah, that's the low that was broken.
Okay. And which area are we looking at? Which one broke the structure? Which candle broke the structure?
So
now guys, hold on really quickly. I like to follow the story. It's kind of like a follow-up, right? When you go to the doctor, they ask you about stuff before they continue to address the issue with you or whatever, if there is an issue, right? They always want to know your history. Do you notice that anywhere that you go, they ask you about your history? The same with the chart. We want to see where the chart has been rejecting from. What's the tone of this chart? When I get into a chart, especially like now that I'm doing signals and I'm looking at different currencies, when I open a chart, the first thing I say is, okay, are you rejecting from supply zones, breaker structures, OBs? I need to feel the temperature of the chart before I start to, and then I need to go back and kind of look at to see where previous entries could have been, right? So I have a question for you, and that was David that was speaking, right?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so David, okay. Price came up right here, right? Are we seeing that? It looks like we kind of got something. Can you tell me the story in this area? I want you to kind of read the story to me. Kind of just let me know, like, hey, how did you get that entry? Let's just say you got this entry. I need you to be able to tell me how you got the entry, okay? So I'm gonna just put an arrow.
So from this area, price came up.
Right here in this candle. 1 second, I'm just gonna write your name. Okay, so you explain it to us how you got this entry.
Okay, so from left to right, price came up, had a pullback, and then hit what appears to be a little bit of a supply zone, right? So it's respecting that upper, had some buy side liquidity sweeps. We see the wicks, and then the demand zone that it came down to created a higher low from previous. Once it tested that and created a new low, I'm looking for a sell because it created a lower low.
Right here.
And when it came back up, it didn't test the highs. We see that there was a little bit of a buy side liquidity sweep, and once that buy side liquidity sweep came on the that first red candle on the start of the fall, that's how we should know that, okay, that's going to be our entry and take it down to the next level.
Would anybody take that opportunity based on how David reported it?
Not necessarily. I would add in that it created equal highs, and it's probably a lower OB somewhere in there on the daily.
1 second, Wade. Okay, so we have David's entry and then Wade, right? Okay, so Wade, you explain Okay, wait, you explain why you took this entry.
Starting from where? Just from the
In this box, this window of opportunity here. I'm gonna take you through 1 second. You explain it. I'm gonna follow it as you're explaining why you took the entry and where and what you were seeing. I'm gonna try to go in and kind of like mark up what you're saying.
Okay, from the bottom left of the box, coming up, it created equal highs with
Right here.
Yeah, that was the equal high that got created. Right.
Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Equal highs. Okay, so you saw that equal highs were created, and then
and then it retraced back into look like a discount, about 50% of the leg of the swing high, swing low.
Where's the swing high and the swing low?
It would be where the equal high was created, and then right before the box was started.
Right here and right here.
Yeah, I ended up trading equal high, so they both would work in this situation.
And so it came back into 50%. Okay.
And then it
1 second. 1 second. Okay, it came back into 50% after equal highs were created.
Yeah, then it went to buy side liquidity, which was the equal highs.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, we got a buy side sweep. And you finish, you continue, sorry.
Yeah. Then price went ahead and created a new low, taking out the internal sell side liquidity, which is the indication that price wants to go lower, at least to the swing low.
Okay.
And then when price came back up, it created equal highs.
Right here.
Yeah.
So this would be the candle that went up. So what made you enter here?
Well, so the order block that was left from the buy side sweep was already tapped. So that would tell me to move over. So I'm not expecting for it to go all the way up into the order block because the order block was already mitigated right there. Mm-hmm. It was already mitigated. So creating equal highs is what would have me enter.
Okay. Anyone would take Wade's entry? Nobody's gonna say anything. We're this is an exercise that we do to help each other. Hey Ron, you go. Let me go in and put Ron's entry.
Hey, it's funny.
Ron's trying to enter from the order block for sure.
It's funny that you're right, brother. It's funny how well y'all know me. So yeah, I agree with my man Wade. He called that perfectly because right after that buy side.
One second, Ron. Wade, your description of everything was perfect. It was 100% spot on. The only thing that I did not understand was your entry.
No, that's why I apologize too, because I thought you were telling me to describe why I would enter right there where you put the arrow because it was already there. So I was like, oh, I was trying to justify why I would enter there.
Your justification, like all of this is really on point. Like I'm saying 100% on point. And sometimes this happens with us. We understand all of this, but we don't know why we would enter a particular place. We were not able to tell someone. So Ron, why would you enter there? Right
Yeah,
after.
to back up what you said, T, you did, brother. You did that perfectly. You and David, y'all knocked that down perfectly. So right where that buy side sweep is, this is where I'll be looking at to take an entry. Now right there where Wade put the 50% spot on, that's where my break structure was. So now at this particular point, what I'm waiting for after that is I'm waiting for the retest. Now if y'all notice, we're looking at this from the daily. So that OB that you was talking about, David, is actually a supply zone. So following that final buy side sweep, which was that red candle right there where your entry was, David, that is where I would be getting in at. And that previous, excuse me, that previous red candle, that's what I would be wanting for a target, but I'm entering the market in that area.
Which candle? This candle?
Yep, that one. Nope, that one right there, T, with the right beside that one to the right.
Oh, right here.
Yep, that one. That's where I'll be wanting to get into. Once it pulled up right there, that would have been good enough.
Right here. And so Ron, can you tell us how you
nope,
your
not there,
method
T.
of getting into the market?
Take it up right there where David had his entry.
Right up here.
Yep, right there. That's where I'll be getting in it.
Based on the break of structure, based on this break of structure.
Yep, we had the buy side sweep, so that's one check. Had the break of structure, that's two checks. Then once we got the retest and one final buy side sweep, I'm good to go.
Okay. So guys, which candle is the one that broke this structure here?
The impulsive candle, the red selling candle.
What do we say about order blocks?
Candle before the break.
What's the candle before the break?
The last part of the buy side sweep. I don't know how to describe it.
What's the candle before the candle that broke the structure? This one?
That one. To the right. That one. That one.
This one?
Yeah.
Is this your OB? Is that your OB?
Yes.
Right? So everybody got it, but was not able to. Well, Ron trades a little bit differently. He does slap. What was that? What would that be? A sell limit, right, Ron?
Right.
A sell limit. So sometimes we are waiting for price to come here. And as Wade said, this was already kind of mitigated a little bit, right? But this is the candle. This is the candle that actually broke the structure. And then we want to focus on the candle right ahead of it. If we're being completely simplistic, everything, every detail that Wade outlined, everything was spot on, right? But sometimes we really don't understand where our entry is. Maybe we leave something right here and we say, oh my God, price came just a little bit beneath it, but it didn't quite touch it, right? Sometimes we're looking at the wrong candle. Now, sometimes price may go up a little bit, right? And then you feel like, okay, that's the candle, but sometimes price just taps it just a little bit right into that, right above that break of structure here. This is the candle that actually broke structure. When you guys are marking up your charts, I need you to place your break of structures. Please be colorful. Make your charts a work of art. I need you guys to put in your break of structures, because if you don't, right, if this is not here, it's hard to recognize what candle actually broke structure. If it's not labeled, if it's not marked up, it's hard to realize. We have to know which break of structure we're looking at. Here, we have multiple breaks of structure, right? But if we're right here in this present time, we want to look for the most recent break of structure. Because maybe you are looking down at this break of structure and price travels up and then you get confused, right? We're not looking at that break of structure, not as of yet. The most recent break of structure, this one. Then we want to focus on which candle actually broke the structure, which is this candle right here. We want to look at the candle right ahead of it. Then we have an entry. You can slap on your stop loss, right? Make sure your lot size is really appropriate. We can simply target the nearest low, maybe this low, the one that you were looking at. Maybe we target that low and we get out, right? So as we continue on with the story, right? Because someone told me an easier way to delete all of this. I think Marilyn, no, I think it was Mylene. She told me an easier way, but I forgot already. And so now we know the story of where that first entry came, right? We know the story. We're kind of getting familiar with this chart. This is sometimes, you know, we just walk in and we start marking up. Let's get familiar with the chart. So I'm going to take this off and I'm just going to put this red line right here just to show that this is where price came back into, right? From that break of structure, from this break of structure, price came back in. Oh, there we go, wrong. See, price came back in. And now we have some more to work with. Okay, perfect. Now we understand what's happened before. So this was our little window of opportunity. Now we have a new window of opportunity. So go ahead and move this over. That opportunity has passed already. That opportunity has passed already. And now we have a new window of opportunity. Let's go ahead and move this over just a little bit. Here we go. This is our new window of opportunity. So guys, we have this high right up here, right? Do we have a low? Do we have a high and a low to work with?
Yes, we do.
Yes, right? We have this high. And let's just go with this. We have this low, right? So where's our opportunity? To be real simple. And when I say opportunity, where we want to get into to take a sell, where could we say our opportunity is and why?
It'd be the order block almost back where we entered the first time.
And why?
Because there's imbalance underneath the candle, which broke the last structure low, which is where you're at right there, is the break of structure. And that candle, the red long impulsive candle, the candle before that is the order block, and there's imbalance in it.
Very well put. And by the way, guys, this is definitely an opportunity as we go into the next week. What else, guys? Why would we be looking for price? If we're selling, why would we be looking for price to go up anyway?
Is there some liquidity there at the bottom?
Nope, guys, what are we looking for? We want price to go back into what if we want to sell it?
Discount.
Price to go back to premium.
Premium. When we're selling, we want to sell something that is expensive. We want to buy something for cheap, and we want to sell it for a more higher value.
Drop it on there for him, T. Drop the premium on there.
Oh, sure. So this is the high, this is the low, this is the 50% level. And then within that 50% level, we have premium price, which is above the 50% level. And we have a discounted price, which is beneath the 50% level. Where's price currently? In the premium discount. So before we start selling, we want to see price bring its way back into premium. It could come here. Now at this 50% level, guys, if price came into here, could we sell it from there? If it didn't want to go higher, could we, and why? What are two reasons why we could sell it from there if it decided it didn't want to go all the way up? Two reasons.
The retest of the breaker structure, and it is in premium technically.
Two reasons. Perfect. Well said. Will we be pissed off that it didn't go to the OB? Absolutely not, because maybe Ron has the limit here. Knowing Ron, right? Ron?
And yeah, that's the key level.
And it's a key level. 3. 1, 2, and 3. So guys, this is definitely a setup if you guys want to take that, I'm gonna leave it here and call it as a signal tomorrow, Tuesday.
Can I have a question real quick on Ron? Since I'm fairly new, can you drop a little knowledge on your limit trading, or is that not appropriate for the call?
Oh no, yeah, we are team here. It's just so when you drop a limit, if you set a sell limit, see, I like to place little price traps, let price come get me, and then let do the work. We do the hard part, which is what you did perfectly. We understand the story of price. We know exactly, like you said earlier, what's about to happen. If this happened, then this needs to happen. So we get ahead of the market. So when it comes to a limit, like for this one, if we was to set a sell limit, excuse me, we would be setting it right. Let's say we was going to attack right where Tokyo got it marked up right there. Can you draw a line T right there showing how the limit would look?
Yeah, because I got a hard time trusting myself to just leave the limit there
Hey, trust me, brother. You keep on breaking the chart down like this, you ain't gonna have no problem.
So here would be the limit.
Yep, that would be the limit. And you would enter it just as such, price everything, set it up just like you do any other trade, just set it, and you have to sit there and wait. Now, the thing about limit entries, you really got to trust it. Because if it comes, let's say you got a limit set, what's that reading? 0.87656. If it comes to 0.87655, you're not going to get entered into the trade. So it could happen just like that and take off on you. That's happened a few times. We've left, we thousands of pips on the table because we might have been a little bit off, but that's okay. Because we follow structure and we get the next one.
Right back in. So okay. Ron, next question that he may ask, right? If price goes above his limit, so we know the consequence if price goes beneath his limit, he may not get in. If price goes above his limit, what happens?
If price goes above your limit, you will be entering into the trade, but you will be seeing some drawdown. So you gotta be generous with what your entry is gonna be.
As far as your stop, be generous is what you're saying?
Well, that too, but also what your lot size is gonna be.
Okay.
So, when it comes to limits, you ahead of the market. So you actually have time to kind of, calculate, what your stop loss is gonna be and everything like that. Any event that you do get stopped out, you can calculate up to, okay, well, if I got $1 on a position and I got it set, my stop loss is 50 points away. Okay, now I've got a possibility of losing about $50 as opposed to, I hit my TP, I got X amount of dollars to gain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
So you really just, what Tokyo likes to say, just set it and forget it, which I'm a trademark that for T for her birthday. She don't know about that though. But that set it and forget it is perfect because, a lot of us like to travel. We got multiple things going on. So once you do the hard part, like I said earlier, I'm proud of you, bro. You broke that down perfectly. So that's the hardest part of it. Once you do that and it's over and done with, setting the limits, put your phone away, go handle your business. You come back and, check your trade. You might be done with the trade entirely.
Okay, for sure. Thank you.
No problem, bro. Good job.
Absolutely. That was wonderful. That was wonderful. Ron, can you reach out to Tay Blessed for me? I am definitely booked.
Tay Blessed, okay.
They was asking about the mentorship.
Okay.
Hey, so what I'm gonna do is
they in Discord too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think they wasn't there. They're in this. I think they wrote something in Discord saying that they can't find. I don't know. Let me see. I think they said something about. In the Discord. Just go to the general chat. I think they wrote something in there.
I got so much to do now.
Okay, guys. So of course, let's see what we have going on here. So Monday, bank holiday. We're not touching the markets tomorrow. We're not doing that, especially if you're trading on like US30 or something. We're gonna wait for Tuesday. Tuesday we have consumer confidence. We are closing the month. As you know, guys, when we start the new month, we have a ton of fundamentals. So that's really exciting, especially if you kind of have your areas kind of mapped out. Let's see. And me right now, I'm gonna say something that's really important. Because I'm looking at so many different currency pairs due to the signals, I have to definitely be on point with more than just the USD news. So before, when I was just trading like US30 and looking at like maybe one other pair, I wasn't really paying too much attention. I would literally just go in and check out USD news and that's it. But now I have to definitely keep my eyes out on a lot more of the fundamentals for different countries in different regions. So whatever pair that you're trading, if it's one country or place against another, you need to pay attention to the fundamentals for both. For example, if you have like Euro JPY, you should be definitely paying attention to the orange and red folders for both Euro and JPY as well. Right? So even tomorrow, let's see. If you are trading Chef, GBP, Euro, USD, you have nothing to work with tomorrow. If you are trading ODD, NZD, you may have something to do tomorrow. Most of us have nothing to do tomorrow. If you fall in between any one of these currencies. So let's see how we close out the month. Wednesday, May 31st, we have some red folder for Euro as well as CAD, USD. We have some orange folders. You still want to definitely check this out. This is for USD. 12:30 noon. I'll keep you guys updated on that. And then we go into the first. As you know, the first of the month, that first Friday is NFP, guys. NFP, PPI, CPI. We're just going to keep doing this thing over and over and over again until everybody kind of is on point. If you are not confident with trading the news as of yet, then you may want to stay away and just kind of observe the way the market is moving when we have news events. So with that being said, guys, I know that it's still a US holiday and I don't want to keep you guys for too long. We're already over 2 minutes, I would say. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Hey, Tokyo, I have a question. I purchased the monthly for the signal. Are there any pairs that I should add to my watch list because I've signed up for the prop firm challenge too?
Oh, you did. I didn't see the prop firm challenge. Oh, you mean that you got the prop firm from True Forex Funds? Okay.
I did. Yes.
Do you have any particular pair that you're looking at? So with the signals, I'm gonna just be throwing in like a few pairs. As I get comfortable with the currency pair, I see that there's frequent movement for particular pairs. Then you'll see them. Whichever kind of has like a good opportunity. So are in there, you can kind of scroll up and just start taking a look at some of the things that I've been looking at. I did shift it from like the everyday calling out stuff to kind of like waiting for the setups. So you should be fine with that. And you can also always DM me if you're looking for like your go-to pair, which you should have. So you did start out with like a 10K account with
yes.
Okay, yeah. So you have to reach 1,000 and then 500.
Yeah.
You want to kind of I'm gonna message you with a little strategy on how you can safely reach your mark within that 30 days, because you want to take it nice and slow, because you don't have a lot of leverage, and I know that they're really strict on the like daily drawdown and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So also another thing that I want you to do is to go to ftmo.com, take a free trial. Go ahead and start off with their 10K. It's free, just to get some practice so you can see where you are.
Okay.
If you kind of blow 500 in one day, then you kind of know, just because your 30 days starts when you actually take your first trade on there. So I want you to get a little practice. At least you know it's always there. You already pay for it. Start a little bit of practice just to see where you are, testing out lot sizes and things like that.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anybody else have any questions for me? No? Well, guys, I will see you guys on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. EST so that we can get back into the groove of the market. And you guys have a wonderful rest of the weekend.
Thank you, Tokyo.
Thank you. You guys have a